Yeah, I'm with All County Boulder Property Management, and in 3 words, we rent homes. Pretty simple. And this is what I'm going to talk about. But first, I'll just tell you about myself. I'm born and raised just actually a few blocks from here, just down Mapleton, over onto Bluff. So this is my hometown. I went to Whittier and then Casey, just up the street here, and then Boulder High, just down the street. And at Boulder High, that's where I finished my conventional education, right there. And after high school, I had about $7,000 saved up. And much to the dismay of my parents, I bought a one-way ticket to India and told them I may never come back. But I did come back after about 1.5 years of traveling around India and Asia. I went up to Nepal, and I actually worked as for a river running expedition company for a while in Nepal, and went to Thailand. And then I came back, and really honestly for the next 5, 6, 7 years I kind of worked odd jobs, and then I'd go back to Asia. I traveled around the Middle East, and then I'd come back, and I bought a motorcycle and rode across the country, and I come back and work a little more, and I sea kayaked down a good portion of the Baja Peninsula by myself once. And so then I come back and work a little more, and then I sailed across the Atlantic with a friend, and so I spent a good portion of my younger years kind of enjoying myself. Then I came back once and got married, and then that ended. Then I started.
So you're no longer enjoying yourself?
No. Actually, I think I'm enjoying myself even more.
Good job.
It's a different stage. And so then, my father's business actually is property management, and he, back in the '60s, started buying up a neighborhood like a block in the Whittier neighborhood. Owns about 12 or so units, so I grew up with that. And after coming back, I started helping him manage stuff, and I helped my mom manage stuff, and then I started managing stuff for friends. And then my wife and I bought an investment property, and I've been managing that. And then not long after my wife and I married, we actually bought a mobile home park in Houston, Texas, of all places. And we spent about 5 years running that, and about 55 homes in this park. And I survived 2 hurricanes and learned a lot of stuff about mobile home parks. And it was actually a very profitable business, but we got kind of caught up in that whole 2008, 2009 debacle, and we had to refinance, and we couldn't find funding, and anyways we had to sell it, fire sell it for a loss. But it was definitely a learning experience. And about a year ago, I started working for All County Boulder, and this is just what I'm going to kind of go over today, but talk about real estate investing and why you should hire a property manager and what it really means, like a full-service property management company, and why I think we're your best choice out there, and some clients. So I'll go into this. So owning investment properties can be great. It's a good way to leverage your money. As Jim can tell you, for a little bit down, you can buy a large asset. Appreciation, wow, my dad was buying up properties in the '60s for $25,000, $30,000 a home. And you can imagine what they're worth now in the Whittier neighborhood. So, there's definitely lots of appreciation out there. Cash flow, if it's done right, you have good positive cash flow. It's a tangible asset that you can actually control. It's something right here and there that you control. It's not a fund or an asset somewhere else that can get caught up in derivatives and all kinds of crazy stuff. So, and it's just a good way to diversify some of your investment portfolio.
I would add one to that.
Yes.
And that is potential tax advantages.
Tax advantages, that's great, that's absolutely right.
I love the tax advantages of real estate.
Absolutely right. Yeah, good write-offs.
You can actually make money and declare a tax loss at the same time and get money back on your taxes. It's a pretty sweet deal.
Pretty cool deal.
Okay. Kate and I support that as well.
But, I'm going to say but, can also be very stressful. Vacancies, late payments, emergencies over the weekend and night. I don't know why it is, but as a property manager, I think 90% of all plumbing emergencies happen Saturday night or Sunday evening. I don't know why that is, but it's true. Dealing with damage, floods, property damage, scary tenants, and it can be a poor return. So that is where we come in. That's where we come in. I memorized this. So regarding vacancies, one nice thing is, we're just really on top of it. Before a property is coming vacant, 2 months in advance, I start advertising. And the way we advertise, we put stuff up onto our website. It gets blown out to all kinds of other websites, signs, Craigslist. We just really get on it because absolutely we want to minimize vacancies for our clients. We are very strict with late payments. Rent is due on the 1st, it's late on the 2nd. On the 2nd, you get your 3-day notice. And that's, as a professional, we can do that. But, when you're managing your own properties, you have a relationship with the tenants, you know their personal story, things can get kind of muddled and it can be difficult to kind of be strict. So it's an advantage of hiring a professional. We do those night and weekend emergency calls. And security deposits, and then as far as scary tenants and property damage, just really spend a lot of time screening tenants. They fill out an application, we do a whole background, credit check, I call references, because really I think that is the key to successful property management, is getting the right people in there. The right people can be beautiful and the wrong people can be the biggest headache you can ever imagine. And I know this from running a mobile home park in Texas. So as far as a full service property management, these are kind of the 5 things that we will do for you and our clients. It starts up there with property improvements. I'll go into the property and just assess the property, see what needs to be done, painting, cleaning, replacing carpets, cleaning carpets, help the homeowner try to figure out what the best bang for the buck is to get it rented for the best price. Then advertising and screening tenants, then helping with the leasing and the move-in, and then the rent collection, dealing with all the little emergency maintenance things and all the issues that come up while tenants are living in the property, and then dealing with the move-outs and hopefully just lease renewals, because that is definitely the most profitable thing, is just to keep current tenants in there and just keep the checks coming. So this is the area we like to maximize time in for our clients, is rent collection and lease renewals. And this is the time we want to minimize this zone of unhappiness where your property is vacant and you're not collecting any income. So about All County. All County actually is a franchise. It started back in the southeast Florida back in the 1990s. There are currently about 20-some franchises across the country. Most of them are kind of in the southeast, but we do have another franchise in Colorado Springs, and then us here in Boulder. We do all of Boulder County, but occasionally we'll go into Broomfield and Firestone and these sort of places. All County manages thousands and thousands of properties across the U.S., the company. And they really pride themselves on trying to be, ahead of the curve, using the best possible tools out there, software and technology, and ahead of all the rules and regulations. And I think, it's kind of the best of both worlds, is because we are locally owned and all of us have a lot of property management experience, so we know our local environment, but yet we do have this franchise kind of like backing us up, which has 20 years of experience. We pride ourselves in really understanding what investors need, and that's really just, maximizing the value of their asset. And we're committed to being the best. We're right now a small company, and we give absolute great service to our clients. I know all my owners, I know my tenants. It's really, I think we give a lot of personalized experience, or personalized service to our clients. So this is just a little bit about the nuts and bolts of how we make our money, because it's always, sometimes people don't know. We get paid from the owner, the landowner. 50% of the first month rent is our leasing service, and that includes, leasing, screening tenants, getting the property ready. That's a one-time fee during the course of that lease. And then 10% every month thereafter of the rent to manage it. And then if we're lucky enough to want to keep the tenants, and they're good tenants, and they want to stay another year, it's $150 just to renew their lease. And that's it. That's how we get paid. There's no other hidden fees. We don't make money until our owners are making money. We don't mark up our vendors. We just pass on the expense to the owner. We split late fees. And then we also, excuse the KW, this presentation was made for Keller Williams, but we really reward referrals with real estate agents, and anybody for that matter. I don't think I'm legally allowed to give money to non-licensed people, but we're happy to give other things, give certificates and whatnot. But we reward
For
Breakfast?
breakfast.
Start a train.
Good luck, yeah.
Taking everyone out for breakfast.
Precious stones.
But all we do is property management. We don't sell real estate, which if you do talk to a real estate agent, they really appreciate that, because we're not out competing with real estate agents in any ways. And we hold whatever agent referred us a property, we keep that information with that property. So in the future, if that owner wants to sell, we refer that owner back to the original agent that referred it to us. So so we keep our agents happy. So they don't have to worry about us stealing their property and trying to sell it. So some of the clients, people that we seem to attract mostly are busy professionals who do have an income property here and there and to diversify their assets, but they're busy and they don't want to deal with it. Then often we have people that live here in town, they came for CU or work, and their work takes them somewhere else. So they're moving to California or Texas, and retired people who are moving away and the family doesn't want to sell the property, so we'll help them rent it. Even we have some foreign investors and all that. And this is just a testimonial of a happy client. I have a whole bunch of these if you care to see more. But so that's it. So